This past spring, I brought together some youth athletes and not only strengthened their skills in baseball, but I strengthened their love for the game. My name is Cannon Westergaard, and this is my senior project. Why I chose this and about me. I've played baseball for as long as I can remember. Growing up, I've got two brothers. One of them is 8 years older than me, and one that is 4 years older than me. They both played baseball, and growing up, we'd always be outside, and they'd show me things. They'd critique my skills and show me what I need to do better to further my career. I started when I was 3, hitting with them on the tee against the fence, just having fun, having brotherly love. I've always wanted to leave an impact on the younger generation when it comes to the game of baseball. Growing up, I had a lot of mentors, whether that's coaches, other players, or just adults in my life when it comes to baseball. And they taught me a lot of things and strengthened my baseball knowledge and love for the game. And I've always wanted to share that with the younger generation. Fortunately enough, I've been able to letter in varsity baseball all 4 years of my career. My freshman year, I split a little bit of JV in varsity, and then going on through after that, I played all of varsity baseball. What was my project? I held a youth baseball camp at my school, Thunder Ridge. I focused on the teaching of fundamentals and the game and how to have fun while doing it. I know baseball is a difficult sport, and learning fundamentals and being good at the sport has a lot of side effects when it comes to mental issues and just being able to enjoy the game when it gets hard. So we went over that with the campers and just showing them that no matter how hard baseball gets, you can still enjoy the game and have fun doing so. We had drills running, which included throwing drills, catching, fielding, and hitting, and we also played a mini game, which is pictured up here in the top right. They made me hit one-handed with a mini bat because they thought it was unfair, but we had a great time and the game was very enjoyable. I personally thought it was one of the best parts of the camp, and I think they loved it as well. This camp left a huge impact on not only the kids, but me. I was able to share my knowledge that I've obtained over the years with these kids and help further their love for the game. Being able to obtain all the knowledge from these adults and mentors over my life it's definitely left a huge impact on me, and it's one of my favorite things that I'm able to share these with the younger generation. One of the main topics is youth sports helps promote mental health. Everybody knows that sports are not easy mentally. There's your ups, there's your downs, but you have to be able to find a nice medium between the two and be able to balance that so you can have a good time playing the game. Youth sports furthers emotional resilience. Being able to win and lose graciously is huge when it comes to youth sports. When you grow up, all you want to do is win, but at the same time, everyone loses. There's not a game in the entire world where you win every single game, so you got to be able to understand that you got to have fun while still losing, and you got to have good sportsmanship. Youth sports enhances social skills. Social skills are huge in sports. You create friends that you'll have for a lifetime, and it is one of the greatest things that has ever happened to me and my teammates because I've been able to create friendships that will last a lifetime. Challenges. So, hanging out or teaching over 20 kids can kind of be like herding cats. It becomes a struggle here and there. Keeping these kids focused and entertained was difficult at some times. The start of the camp, it went really well when we warmed them up, and they loved it as we went on. At the beginning, kids love to talk, kids love to interact with other kids, but you gotta let them know that they're here to focus and learn and enhance their fundamentals within the game. Getting the camp set up and ready was another huge task that had some ups and downs, but ended up working out perfectly. Getting all the equipment set up, the schedules, getting everything going was definitely a huge problem, but I overcame that and I was able to get everything to run smoothly. Making sure every individual at the camp felt included was not that hard, but there was definitely some kids that felt like they were outcasts, which is hard because we had 8U to 13-year-olds, and so some kids felt like they weren't included with the older kids, which was hard, but went up and talked to them all, and by the end of the camp, everyone was friends, and they created great friendships throughout the camp. My mentor was my head baseball coach, Corey Carling. He has shown me how to love the game and give it everything I've got. He's an advocate for teaching the game the way it needs to be played, and I was able to pass that on to the younger generation from the things he's told me. He's not a huge picture guy. I haven't been able to acquire any pictures with him, but I've had this photo of him in my camera roll for quite some time, so I just threw this on there for him. What I learned, organizing and running a youth baseball camp taught me a lot about leadership and responsibility, along with the importance of preparation. I learned how to communicate effectively with not only the parents and the kids, making sure the parents knew what was happening when and the kids knew how the camp would run and the time frame of it. Planning out drills that kept players engaged was huge. We needed to make sure that the kids were having fun and they were still learning and expanding their knowledge of the game. Adjusting quickly when things didn't go as expected. We didn't have to worry about this much, but I had a game plan in the back of my mind just in case some parts of the camp did not go as planned, which I'm thankful that we did not have to deal with that. But it also helped me understand how much time and effort goes into organizing an event in general. Not only a baseball camp, but any event takes so much time and preparation, and learning about these things has definitely helped me within my future for further events that I have to plan. Scheduling and managing equipment was definitely one of the more difficult tasks. I had to make sure what was happening when, and for days prior I had to track down all the equipment we would need for our 2 upstairs gyms and our main gym. Most of all, I saw how rewarding it was to give back to our community and teach the younger generation who look up to us older athletes. Some of the highlights of the camp. The highlights of the camp were not just seeing the kids slowly improve throughout the camp. It was seeing them have fun doing it. Going around to all the stations and talking to the kids and giving them slight adjustments that they can make that is knowledgeable to them. They can retain the knowledge. It's awesome to see because they can make those slight adjustments and improve just throughout the few hours I had them. During our mini game, the campers looked like they were having the time of their lives, which I can vouch for because it felt like a real varsity game. The energy was there, the tension was there, it was very competitive, and I had the time of my life doing it as well. Fortunately, I was able to have one of my mentor, actually one of his sons in the camp, and I was able to teach him a few things that his dad taught me, and he looks up to me like a brother. He's right here. We were going over some footwork fundamentals, and a funny story about him. Previously, early in our season, we took a photo after the game, and he's got one of those smartwatches, and that photo is his screensaver on it, so it's pretty cool. He's like a little brother. Any questions?
How many kids were attending?
There was 28.
28.
28 kids.
And it was 9 to 13?
8 to 13.
8 to 13, okay.
And this is my works item. Thank you. I'm Ken Westgard, and this was my senior project presentation.
Yay!
Very